In this video, I'm going to give you instructions on how to work step 9. Are you new in recovery and looking to understand the 12 steps? Or are you a sponsor taking someone through the steps? Doing step work is part of a balanced recovery program, or taking a sponsee through the steps can be a daunting process, but it really doesn't need to be. I'm Tim Westbrook. I'm the founder and CEO of Camelback Recovery here in the always sunny and always sober Scottsdale, Arizona. And I'm here to break it down for you so that you can get a jump start on your recovery from addiction. If you haven't seen it yet, do yourself a favor, go back and watch my top 3 secrets to understanding step 9. This is my next video, how to work step 9. Firstly, just a reminder, what does step 9 say? Made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. Step 9 requires a fair degree of preparation. We don't simply rush out and say, I'm sorry to everyone we meet. What's the number one thing you don't do when making an amends? Don't rush. Ideally, you should have worked a step per month. And so by now, you're 9 months clean and sober, and you've got some credibility. So if you're rushing out of rehab, filled with the epiphanies of early recovery, you might be tempted to proclaim, I'm clean, I'm better, I'm sober, please forgive me. And you might even get pissed when people don't forgive you. I've seen that happen time and time again. Listen, you're newly sober. You just got out of rehab. You need some time under your belt, and you need to live an honest life for a little while before people really start to trust you. Because to your onlooking family and friends, you've only been in treatment a couple months, you've only been sober a couple months. They haven't really seen you change yet. So take your time when you can, but by all means, if it feels right and the moment presents itself, go for it. That's number one. My second bit of advice would be to schedule a step 9 amends at a time of day when you feel emotionally prepared, and give yourself some breathing room afterward to reflect on how it went. An amends is not something you make off the cuff when you bump into someone at the grocery store. Try not to ram your step 9 amends one after the other either, like business appointments. This will be emotionally draining, and you should be kind and gentle with yourself too, in not trying to achieve too much at once. If you need a reminder, go back and watch my video on how to work a step 5, where I offer advice on choosing the right location. The same rules apply here. Ideally, somewhere nice and quiet. My third bit of advice is that making an amend isn't an opportunity to tell the other person how they harmed you either. If you start telling them how they harmed you, or if you start telling them that they owe you an amends, it completely negates the amends. You don't want to get into a debate or an argument about who wronged who and how. Remember, this amends is for you. It's not for the other person. This is about clearing up your conscience. This is about clearing away the wreckage of your past. If they have wreckage that they have to let them deal with it on their own. You want to prepare what you want to say in terms of you're willing to own, what you're willing to own. You want to express that from your heart, and then your part is done. Whether they forgive you or not remains to be seen. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what feelings or energy come from the other person, because the amends is for you. It's not for them. Try not to have too much expectation. You shouldn't have any expectations around the outcome of a step 9. Really, your responsibility is to ask them, how can I make it right? It was wrong of me to do X, Y, and Z. Sleep with your wife, borrow money from you and not pay you back. Whatever it may be, how can I make it right? And however they respond, it doesn't really matter. And we remain wary of expectations in recovery. Expectations are, after all, premeditated resentments. Expectations are resentments waiting to happen. In some circumstances, it might be wise to expect, or rather plan for, pushback. The person you're making amends to might not be in a place to hear you at all. They might not think your apology or your amends is sufficient. And they might well adopt an "I'll believe it when I see it" approach to your amends. And that's fine too. It's best not to push things too far. It's also advisable not to make an amends if the person you're making the amends to has been traumatized by your actions. They may be the victim of abuse, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, and so still have this idea of you firmly entrenched in their minds. When it comes to our loved ones, often the ones we hurt the most, they may just be glad to see that we're clean and sober and able to hold a conversation without telling lies and being evasive. That's okay too. I mean, hey, most of my amends with my loved ones, with my parents, with my sisters, it's, hey, it was wrong of me. I made my amends. And how can I make it right? And I think all of them, it was, I just want you to stay clean and sober. I just want you to stay clean and sober. I want you to keep on doing what you're doing. That might be that's the response many times that we hear. Those are the responses we hear from loved ones. So, if you do have expectations, which is only natural, my advice would be to measure how your expectations then match up to what actually happens. Usually, there's some room to grow. And learning to grow is really what we're after. And I can't wait to share how we do that in my next video, Step 10 Secrets. Step 10 is all about personal daily growth. I've got a framework that will help you with your approach to step 9, and that is the 3 R's. They are restoration, resolution, and restitution. Restoration means that we're fixing something that has been damaged. This can be a relationship, this can be trust, this can be our reputation. We acknowledge that we played a part in breaking something, and now we're here to restore it. Resolution means that we resolve the problem. This involves the plan we have with our sponsor as we set the time and date for a particular amends to be made and discuss the appropriateness of what needs to be said at the time. The resolution here is that we've addressed the problem and we then present the solution. Resolution also means case closed. Once we've made the amends, we can move on with a lighter load. Restitution suggests that something is given back to its rightful owner. If you've stolen money, you pay it back. Restitution speaks to the idea of equity, a balancing act like the scales of justice, whereby you hand something back to balance the scales. What good is an apology or an amends if it doesn't come with lasting change? I'm sorry, it won't happen again. That's an empty promise. That's something we've all said, only to break our word a short while later. Making amends is more than just saying, I'm sorry. I was wrong. How can I make it right? In active addiction, we got to a place where our words were meaningless and our apologies rang hollow. Now is when we get to demonstrate our commitment to change and growth in recovery. The amends we make can often come back to bite us in the form of being a trigger or a relapse if we don't make them. So that's where the importance of being proactive and moving forward through your amends list with some urgency is critical. Again, I'd recommend giving yourself a month to complete as many amends as you can, no more than one a day. And then it's time to move on. Start by apologizing for what you've done. Here, it helps to be as specific as possible. Avoid wishy-washy sentiments like, I'm sorry for everything I've ever done to hurt you. This is a time to practice the specifics you've identified in step 4 and then addressed in step 6. Again, you're going to talk to your sponsor on how to do this. Or if you're the sponsor and you're taking a sponsee through the steps, you might even seek counsel from your sponsor or some of your other friends in recovery. You're looking to take responsibility for the hurt you've caused, and you're looking to do whatever you can to restore, resolve, and make restitution. The specifics need to a lengthy shopping list of every injustice you've committed if the details don't help your situation. You want to drill down into the themes of accountability and repairing the damage done. It's not a case of dumping on the other person so that you walk away feeling less guilty. Step 9 is an opportunity to be proactive and demonstrate our new attitude. As we front up to a direct amends, we may come away from the encouragement feeling less stressed and less guilty. The burden of what we have been carrying is suddenly lifted. The guilt and shame is gone. That's the good news. Please provide feedback to your sponsor regularly throughout this step, as it can prove to be triggering dealing with people you've hurt. And remember, give yourself a time frame of about a month, as recovery is all about progress, not perfection. Give yourself some time. You don't need to rush through this. You'll have opportunities down the line to do more step 9s, and you'll be ready for it too. I believe in you. But keep it moving, because steps 10 through 12 are where the magic really happens. Join me for my next video in this series of I Love Being Sober, where I offer my 3 secrets to understanding step 10. I'm Tim Westbrook, and I hope that our paths cross again in my next video in this series. If you found this video to be of value, be sure to like it, subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos, leave a comment if you have a question, if you've got something to say. Camelback Recovery provides treatment services for people struggling with mental health, mental illness, addiction, alcoholism. So if you or someone you know is struggling, be sure to reach out to us. You can go to our website, camelbackrecovery.com, or our information is in the comments section below. And we provide everything from detox, inpatient, outpatient treatment, sober living, recovery coaching, sober companion services. So either we'll be able to help you, or we'll be able to refer you to people or treatment centers that might be a better fit. So I will see you in the next video.